Welcome back to a brand new episode of She Talks Life podcast, and this is your host, Tavon Ray. You can find me here every Mondays and Fridays with brand new episodes. Please don't forget, if you enjoy listening to the podcast, leave a rave review, like the podcast, and subscribe. This helps the podcast to gain recognition and help push the content to a wider audience. Once again, thank you for listening. Now let's get into this week's episode. So, you guys know that 2021 is almost over and we are approaching 2022. Well, I thought that on today's episode, we would talk about journaling for the new year, journaling for 2022, setting goals, allowing ourselves to be planners. What do you guys do? What do you guys do? Do you write things down in your cell phones? Do you guys have journals? Are you guys journalers? Like, what do you do? So, I know one thing that I would love to do more this coming year is jotting things down. I have a gratitude journal. It's called Simply Grateful, and I got it from TJ Maxx a while back for $6.99. It has lots and lots of pages. You can actually find something similar to this on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. You can find something like this on Amazon. I would find a link and leave it in the show notes for you. What I like about this journal is that it has a morning intentions and an evening reflections. And I love it. So I bought this year, but I didn't really get to use it as much. I've only used 3 pages of it, and that was all I did. Life happened. But I want to be intentional this year, this upcoming year, to do journals. So I bought a 2022 planner. I have a 5 days a week planner, which is like goals. Every day I set goals. I write down like my meetings and so forth. And I've actually been using this one. It is like a mouse pad as well. It's mostly for those who work from home, or even if you're in the office and you want to have a to-do list. I'm a to-do list person. I think it's the Virgo in me. And so I love these planners. So each day, when I get in the office, I write the date, and it starts on Monday, and I plot my days out based off of my calendar for work, what time I logged in, and what time. The first two things I do is my login time and my log out time. What is expected for me to log out? So that I can get the most value out of my day, I need to schedule it so that I can log off at the time I set for myself so that I can continue to do all the other things that I need to do, because we only have 24 hours a day and we need to make the best of our time. But back to the Grateful Journal. Um, One of the things that it says is, today I am grateful for my daily intentions. How will I put my intentions into practice? It has positive habits, which it has cups of water. What fills my cup today? And the big picture thinking. What is my deeper why? And what will I do today to honor that? That is in the morning. In the evening, it says, good things that happened today, positive choices I made, something I learned today. And then, how do I feel today? And it gives you a list of different things: joyful, hopeful, balanced, content, relaxed, and so forth. And I think that, and then it says positive thoughts to end the day. And then you can doodle whatever you want, like dreams, goals, that kind of things. And I think this is a really great book. If I could find this on Amazon, I will put it in the show notes, and that way you guys can get it. So the reason I brought up journaling in 2022 is because we've been hearing a lot about manifestations and how we want to manifest the lives that we want to live. And I feel in order for us to actually see it come through, we got to put it on paper. And so, journaling can be a great source for getting out your emotions, getting out any kind of unpleasant feelings that you may have on paper so that you could release those out of you when they occur. And I think that's a really great resource. Now, if you're not a writer on your on piece of paper, there are apps on the Google Play Store as well as the iPod Apple Play Store. And what that is, you can find journals. Now, one of the journals that I use on my cell phone is called Day One Journal, and I've been using that one for a long time since it actually came out. It has actually gotten better. You can take pictures, you can store like any kind of stuff to make like a mood board, a vision board, that kind of thing. Like I would utilize it this 2022 more for vision board purposes, journaling, things to talk to my therapist about because I might not want to bring a physical book to therapy as I am doing telehealth visits. So I can use this app to write my thoughts down and journal my thoughts. And then when I get to therapy, I can open up this app and we can discuss any topics that I would love to discuss with my therapist. So, journaling, a lot of people are afraid of journaling because they feel like it's like a diary. But I'm going to be honest with you, journaling sometimes is just for you to clarify your brain. Um, we all have busy lives. We all have, hectic schedule. We have kids, we have family, we have work, we have all these things going on. And sometimes we don't have enough time for ourselves to even breathe or think. And I think journaling allows us to do that. It allows us to actually breathe a little bit, get our thoughts on paper, and let us live in the moment of our day. And that's what I love about journaling. So I want to encourage you guys out there listening to actually journal for 2022. If you've never journaled before, if you want to journal now, you've always thought about doing it but never started, I think this would be a great way to start out. You could get a regular notebook. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But something I recommend is getting a guided journal that is like my grateful journal where it talks about morning intentions, what you hope to accomplish throughout the day. And that kind of sets you on a path of to being better. There's also the journal of three. If I could find the link to that, I will also put it in the show notes because I think it's a great journal where it gives you three things that you should accomplish throughout the day and you kind of talk about it. Guided journals, actually, to me, for someone who is brand new to journaling, I think that's the way to go. Get you a guided journal, because they could be so many different guided journals. You can find some that actually talk about spirituality, change, all that kind of stuff, empowerment, anything that you want, stress relief. There are so many guided journals out there that people are creating. And I think that if you go on Amazon, or you click any of those links in the show notes below, it'll take you right there to some of them. And hopefully they can help you get started on your journey to journaling. I am manifesting. I have decided that I have done so much work over the past year and a half with growing the podcast, learning about podcasting more, putting my degree to work. I have a degree in journalism. I'm great with it. I've done very well with journalism. I'm a writer. I'm an author. I'm a poet. I have taken a break from writing, but I want to get back into writing. Writing is my passion. It's my first love. And journaling has always been a gateway for me to actually get my thoughts across so that I can put it into book format. And I love that about myself. There's an app called Beer. I will leave that also in the description below, so make sure you guys check that out. That app is really great as well because it's kind of like PDF. You can export it to PDF. I send my to my email. You can pay for the pro version, all that kind of stuff. It's not expensive. Most of these apps will have in-app purchases, but that's up to you. But you are qualified to use the free version. But if you want more interactive stuff, yes, you will have to pay for it. I don't think it's expensive, but expense is relative, right? So, yeah, I hope to encourage you guys to journal for 2022. I hope it helps you. It's all about self love and about self help and guidance and how you create a better life for yourself. But being able to jot things down and know where to sit and pause and reflect on your day. Because most of the time we're going so much and we don't have the time to reflect on our day. And I think that journaling will help you create that balance to reflect on your day and just kind of go back. And then at the end of 2022, you could actually look back at your journal and read over some of the things that you've encountered throughout the year and see where your progress have been. So I wanted to say thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I know it was brief, but it was basically to just bring on and tell you guys about journaling and what my plans are for 2022 as far as journaling. I have lots of books on my desk right now, and I am happy to say I even have one that says Girls with Goals. And I also picked this up. This is a refrigerator magnet type of book, but you can find so much of these at Target, Walmart, TJ Maxx. Inexpensively, go to the dollar store. Everywhere that sells stationery, mix go. And oh, on top of that as well, I forgot to mention what I love about journaling is that you can actually buy an entire journaling kit. Excuse me, an entire journaling kit. I saw one at Walmart by the Pioneer Woman, and it was an entire. It had a journal, it had stickers, all that kind of stuff. I love stickers. I love to reward myself with stickers. Yes, I know it's still childlike, but it's really great to see like the stickers that you choose for each day. So it might not be for your grateful journal, but it can be for your planner. Please definitely get a planner. Planners are really great to have because you want to see deadlines and you want to make sure you're keeping on top of things. And one of the things that I struggle with is deadlines. That is what I struggle with the most. And I'm trying to make sure that in 2022 that my daily planner is filled out. I am actually putting down, my appointments, the dates that I need to keep track of. Because if I don't put it on paper and keep it in front of me, I will lose track of certain dates and, more importantly, things that should be on the forefront. So that is this. I'm telling you, upcoming planner is my number way to go, my number one way to go. I am excited. I have started. I did not wait to 2022. I actually started today. I went into the um, planner and I went to January and I bought a planner where I got this from Marshall's for $3.99 and it's really great. It has notes on the left hand side of it and then it has the days of the month and I'm focusing on 1 month at a time. I put the important dates in there like birthdays, anniversaries, that kind of thing. But as I'm going through the process, I want to focus on a month at a time, but I do have a quarterly scheduled out planner, whereas I will go in and put dates that I think I want, not think that I know I want to accomplish things by. And so, for instance, for the podcast, I would like to hit a thousand subscribers by the end of January. I would like to have over 1,000 listeners by the end of January. I will also like to have this podcast be have 1,000 or even 10,000 streams by the end of January. Like these are the goals that I am putting in here for the podcast as well as my daily life, everything. Like I have different planners. So journaling, having a planner, it's really great to have. So I can't wait to share with you guys as I go on about, every moment. I'm enjoying every moment. This journal is really great. I picked this up, I believe, at Walmart, and this one is really great. It's just a blank journal, a 6 by 8, and you can just write and write and write. And I encourage you guys to write and plan things and put it down and put it on paper and see it. I am not a vision board person. I thought I was going to be, but I didn't want to invest in buying magazines and cutting stuff out and doing the whole old traditional way. I feel like if I buy the planners and the actual things that I can write down daily and do it week by week, I can accomplish a lot more and see where it goes. Don't get me wrong, that works for some others, but it doesn't work for me. So that is the reason why I don't really do vision boards. So, once again, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you back here again. Bye, guys. Okay, that wraps up this Monday's episode. I hope that you guys gained some insight from this episode. I can't wait to see you back here. We will be back on Friday for a brand new episode of the She Talks Life podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review for the podcast so that the podcast can reach a wider audience. And check the show notes for any links and articles that may be related to the show. Also, my socials, if you want to follow me on any social media platform, that will also be in the show notes. So don't forget to check that out. And I will see you. This is your girl, Tavon Ray, and this is She Talks Life podcast. Bye, guys.